I stole from a company and I extorted other people who stole. When I, M30, was 23 to 25 years old, I worked in a sports arena and stadium for the same company. I sound and look very professional, so in about 1 month's time they started giving me the position of interim stand manager, meaning that I would perform as an assistant to a supervisor or basically run the stand and manage the other employees. I was also a cashier, and at the end of the events we use a key to unlock the registers. I was such a trusted employee that I would be in charge of the register key at the end of the event. One time the supervisor forgot to get the key back from me, and that's how it all began. Ways I stole. When someone would make an order and it was possible to give them the exact change in bills, I would act like I'm ringing them up, do the math, and put the cash under the money tray in the register. The only way to open the register is to either ring someone up or use the key, so obviously I would use the key to open the register. When I was in a stand that had cameras, I would loan out the key to a friend who was at a stand with no cameras so they could perform the theft, and we would arrange how much money they would give me at the end of the night. Ways I extorted. As an interim stand manager, I would sometimes catch people stealing. Then I would go up to them and let them know that if they didn't give me X amount of money I was going to report them. Sometimes they would be reluctant, but I'm 6'2" and 180 pounds. Occasionally when they would be reluctant, I would let them know I would catch them after the event when they're walking to the parking lot, and if that occurred then I would take all the money. Keep in mind the arena had a metal detector. I had a gold knife attached to my belt buckle on the inside of my pants, so when they checked me they always assumed it was my belt buckle that was being detected. Occasionally I would have to show the thief what I had, but I never let them see where I took the knife from because then I would be exposed. Also, when I was stand manager for football games, I worked on the first floor right next to what is equivalent to a VIP section. It's been some years so I forgot the exact term. Think about it, only people with hefty pockets can afford to be ground level at a professional sports stadium. They gave great tips and I was the only cashier, so they would give the tips to me. At the end of the event I would have usually around $200 in tips. The prep workers expected tips and it was usually about 3 or 4 of them. I would give them about $3, $5 at the end of the event and keep the rest for myself. The company didn't pay me more to be an interim stand manager, so I made sure to pay myself. At the beginning and end of the events I would do inventory and bookkeeping, which the preps didn't have to do. So fuck the preps, I want all the money. I know. I'm an asshole.